responded effectively. I think there's actually even more effective ways for you to use your leg. So go ahead. I want you to try this instead. So you see how your foot goes kind of on this diagonal?
Yeah.
Instead of kind of thinking like tucking up underneath, I want you to think about back like this. So like if you had spurs. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is that just play with that real quick. Good. And it actually is even okay if like you slid your leg back a little bit. Does that make sense? Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the thing is that that's when I say use your leg, that's the first thing I want you to do with your helmet. I didn't notice it the first time. I was like, super cute. So the thing is, this is going to be your first aid, but I want you to notice how like it's very hard to keep your leg here, right? Yeah. So if you use your leg and your horse doesn't respond, the next thing I want you to do, this is the weird part, let me take responsibility for your leg. So you just be gentle, okay? So you're going to go like this, and then you're going to go like that, okay? So it's going to flop. I call this clapping, because it's like clapping with your legs, okay? And you're going to do it with both legs. And the thing is that you're going to do it on rhythm. Do you play any musical instruments?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any natural rhythm, would you say?
I guess, kind of.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I sing, that counts.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so you have to have some rhythm to sing. Okay, so the thing is that, you know, you've done like in choir, how you have to do like clap, rest, rest, clap. Those kind of exercises, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the thing is that you're going to go clap, clap, clap. Now, I'm going to show you something that's connected to this, just so you have an understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, okay? So, I'm going to use the whip, and we're just going to see how quickly your mare puts it together. Hi, what's her name again?
Anthea.
Anthea. Hey, pretty girl. She's like, I'm busy. Come on. She says, no, I do not wish to pay attention to you. Come on. Come on. She says, well, that feels kind of good. Yeah. I always start by scratching, just so the horses know that, like, I'm not here to beat them or anything like that. Right? Hi, pretty girl. She says, okay, I'll consider engaging with you since you're giving me some good scratches. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. Okay, she says fine. All right, so I'm going to use the same kind of rhythm. So I'm going to apply pressure in a rhythmic fashion until the mare chooses to make a different decision. Does that make sense? Okay, you don't need to do anything. Oh, good girl. So you saw the second I put the whip on, you know, put pressure on her, she chose to move backwards, right? Which means she's actually pretty sensitive. So some horses I have to go tap, 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 tap before they even think about it, okay? So now I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go tap, tap. Good girl. And the second she thinks about doing anything in the vein of moving, I'm going to stop tapping. So the thing is that it's her choice if she wants to submit herself to the pressure. She has a choice to move away from pressure. So you're clapping when you ask her to go forward. You're going to say pressure, and then you're going to go pressure, pressure, pressure until she chooses to go forward in response to the pressure. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you're teaching her what you want. So the thing is that because neither of you speak the same language, you can't say like, when I put my leg on, I want you to go forward. And it's very clear that sometimes she doesn't understand what you mean. When you put your leg on, she goes, right? Yeah. She goes, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? And so just because a horse is a riding horse doesn't mean you can assume that they actually understand what the aids mean. So you have to educate her, okay? So this puts a lot of pressure on you because you have to be the educator, right? And you're even learning a little bit this yourself because you think, you know, she doesn't go forward, whip is what happens next. And the thing is that it has to be your leg first. But it only works if you teach her how to do that. So the two of you are going to learn a little bit together on this one, okay? Now, this is where it's going to feel weird, is because if you squeeze and nothing happens, you're going to go clap, and she might be standing still. And you're going to have to go clap, clap, and you're just going to have to keep going until she makes a decision to take a step forward. As soon as she does anything that's in the direction of what you're looking for, you're going to stop clapping. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. I'm going to keep your whip for right now. If it turns out that she doesn't respond well to that, then I'm going to have you add the whip on top of it, but I want to see that we can get done with the whip first. Does that make sense? Okay, so your job with the reins is you can shorten them as short as you need them in order to feel safe, but I don't want anything to tell her that she shouldn't go forward. Does that make sense? So no, nothing that says whoa in any capacity. Okay, so we're going to step to the side. So you're going to first put your leg on. So you'll slide your leg back the way that we talked about. You'll put your heel on. Good. And then you take your leg off. And she says, that's good. And so now leave your leg off. Good. And then have a halt. Tell her she's a good girl. Because this is how we're going to teach her, right? Good. Good. that
I'm
like,
not too
yeah,
enthusiastic.
I know, right? But the thing is that, remember, if you had a teacher and you like really made an effort for them and they were like, you'd be like, hey, I tried, you know what I mean? That needs to be you right now. So if she does something and you're like, like she's gonna catch the vibes, right? So yeah, so the thing is that you have to be a little bit silly, you know what I mean? Like, be proud of her and tell her she did a good job. And it might mean that you have to use your baby voice, you know what I mean? But like, let her know in some ways that you mean it, you know? Okay, so same thing. You're gonna put your leg on, squeeze. Good, excellent, good girl. Okay, so she's got the aid to move from the halt to the walk. So that part we don't need to focus on. But now we're going to shift gears. So because the thing is, this isn't much of a walk. So now you're going to put your leg on. Oh, sorry. Yep, good. Now, we like a more enthusiastic walk, right? Okay. So cut the corner so you don't go too close to the other horses. Sorry, I'm going to put my thingy back on so you can hear me. Did it go off?